Well, people have a sweet tooth. I had a sweet mouth. A mouth which craved for sweets so much that the entire chocolate factory could fall short to satisfy. I remember the day like it was yesterday when I was out with my family. Developed in me a desire to drink more. The last glass of sugarcane juice, and I dozed off as soon as I entered home. My next conscious memory was that of a doctor who gave an XYZ reason for my condition. It was my grandmother who asked him to go for a blood test. What followed next was terrifying, especially for a 12-year-old who was obsessed with sugary and sweet food. You must have guessed what it was. Well, I was diagnosed with diabetes. Guess what was the one thing I was scared of the most? Not any ghost or evil spirit. It was the doctor and his injections. But now, I had to throw up my hands, for medicines were not a cure, they were my life support. I felt bitter, for that was the only taste which would keep my glucose level under check. But did diabetes make me imperfect? Taking a proper diet and my medicines on time brought about a change in me. They helped me gain something I could never gain in the past, my weight. I was always an above average student who could enter top 6, but not top 3. But what followed was amazing. I developed an all of a sudden love for studies and topped my exams. I started to take my life more seriously and felt a number of emotions growing in me. It soon became my leading cause of courage, self-awareness, persistence, maturity, empathy, appreciation, enlightenment, compassion, bravery, fortitude, substance, personality, daring, grit, and guts. I could feel that I had conquered my fears and uncertainties. Well, my father always wanted me to continue with the family business and set up a factory for me, which I wanted to leave for my younger brother who had interest and could have managed it equally well. It was my eureka moment when I decided to say a no to him and enter the teaching profession, which taught me the importance of time and life and developed in me a hunger to learn more. I often find myself working for 14 hours at a stretch and praying that a day could have 36 hours. Not that I could sleep more, but I could work more. Diabetes didn't make me imperfect. It just added another dimension to my perfection. And here is what I believe. Everyone is perfect. Everybody is perfect in their own way. Every little bird that sings, and every flower that opens, and every river running across the purple-headed mountains. Every sunrise and sunset that brightens up the sky, and every single sand grain in the dune that comes across the beach, and every tree that grows when you water it. As you look around, perhaps contemplating what will become of you as life ticks by, think over this. Everywhere you look, you'll find people, living or dead, who've achieved more than you. Some of them may be more beautiful, more intelligent, or more talented than you, while others will be the opposite. There are people who achieve very little compared to Gandhi or Churchill, but who bring up loving families. There are people who may not be able to tell a joke to save their lives, or let alone sing or dance, but do anything to save a hungry animal. And as you contemplate the myriad pieces of the mosaic called humanity, realize that in the perception of others, you are included. Everyone will have an opinion of you as more or less intelligent, more or less beautiful, and so on. Well, life could have taken a different course had things happened differently, but it would have been perfect as well. You need to discover your perfection, because perfection means to know your strengths and weaknesses. To do whatever you feel is right, even if the world does not agree with you. No one is right or wrong. There are no betters or worses in the world, just lots of me's and you's. Everybody is perfect just as they are. You are perfect just as you are. Perfection doesn't dwell in your actions, but in your perception. Thank you.